So hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the channel if it is your first time around here. So have I got a story for you today. So let's just remember that 2 days ago I was arrested for malicious communications, right? I've also been convicted of this offence twice previously. So a little bit of history about that. Malicious communications means sending a communication electronically or by paper that conveys a message that would result in the reception of that message being offended. Go back some time last year, it was about August, October time last year. I sent an email to a security officer and I called him a fat bastard. The resulting of that was I was arrested.
What else you need before I go back in?
Bus pass.
A bus pass. 1 minute.
I was charged, I was sent to court, I was fined around about £500 or something like that, and I was also given a restraining order to not make further contact with this man. If you don't remember who that was, it was this guy here. Anyway, so let's skip back forward to this year. Let's skip to April the 10th of this year. If you remember guys, this was around the time that I released this video.
Well, listen, carry on, Musha. You've got your car, you've got your car. Have you got petrol or diesel in them?
No, you listen.
Them,
you listen. Don't tell me to listen, mug. Who are you talking to?
Why? You're angry. You're angry.
Both of you need to
Why are you
calm
being
down.
angry?
Because you're doing murder carrier.
Why are you being... I don't...
And it gained a lot of traction online. It gained a fair bit of what I would call hate mail. But on the 10th of April, I received an email. And the email was from a man called Richard Hembrough. At this moment in time, I didn't have a clue who he was. I've never spoken to him before, etc., etc., whatever. But he sent me an email, and the email resulted from a Facebook comment. Now he was making comments, oh, you're just a dull dosser, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I said to him, actually, I'm director of a company, so correct yourself. And the email that I got back was, you'll be telling me you have a big dick next, you homo. Yes, you heard that right. You'll be claiming you have a big dick next, you homo. And that email came from an email address, rich_hem@email.com. So myself and my friend, we did some research with the email and we discovered that he was actually a PCSO from Avon and Somerset Constabulary, based in Bristol. So I decided, I thought, right, if I get criminally prosecuted for calling someone a fat bastard in email, surely this guy has crossed the line, right? Right. So I made the relevant complaint to Avon and Somerset, no, to West Yorkshire Police. They passed it down to Avon and Somerset Police. The case was first handed to a DC 1239 Vincent. It's a detective constable. She spoke to me in brief detail and asked me to send a statement, etc., whatever. It then got passed on to a DC 2162 Helen Summers, who is from the Team 4 Bristol's investigation department. Again, brief contact, not so much said yet. 30th of April, I filed my actual statements, victim statements, for the malicious communications. I also claimed sexual harassment as well, since we were talking about private parts and the size of private parts, and about homophobia. Made a very homophobic comment. And then, so we're going to jump forward to the 12th of May. The 12th of May, the detective constable went to go speak and visit Mr. PCSO Richard Hembrough, and they seized his mobile phone off him. They took his mobile phone away from him for analysis and arranged a voluntary interview for him to attend on the 22nd of May. So time went by. Come the 27th of May, I received contact again via email from DC Summers, which told me that Richard Hembrough has admitted the offence. So he has admitted sending the offence, he admitted that it was offensive, etc., etc. This also told me that the case was still under investigation because they were still going through his phone. Okay. Now we jump a month ahead, I get an email on the 26th of June telling me that the case is now ready to be sent off to the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, the case is progressing, maybe this guy's actually going to get done for what he has done, the same as myself, he's going to be held accountable for his actions. So come the 8th of July I receive another email from Detective Constable Helen Summers. And this email tells me that Richard Hembrough is eligible for an adult caution, and he asked about my thoughts on the matter. So she asked for the thoughts on that matter, sorry. So I said that nope, I don't agree that he gets an adult caution. I believe that he should be held accountable the same or above the threshold for a member of the community. He knows better. I don't believe that giving him an adult caution serves in the public's interest in the slightest. It only serves to protect his reputation and the police force's reputation. However, lo and behold, on the 16th of July, I get another email, and I'm going to read this one to you. So on the 16th of July, I got this email. Hello Marty, I am writing to inform you of the decision made by the reviewing detective inspector regarding your report you made on the 10th of April 2020. The evidence has been reviewed under the legislation of the Malicious Communications Act 1988 and the Communications Act 2003, CPS guidance and case law, and I can confirm that Mr. Hembrough will not be subject to any criminal sanction. The particular circumstances of this case do not meet the legal threshold for prosecution. Whilst the comment made in the email to you is offensive, it does not meet the required threshold for the point to prove that it was grossly offensive in legal terms. Under the relevant legislation, the threshold is set deliberately high to avoid impinging, I'm guessing she meant to say impeding, on the Human Rights Article 10, right to free speech. To put into context, it is worth noting that comments that would often constitute an offence under the Public Order Act do not necessarily meet the threshold for the legal term grossly offensive under above legislation. She said about getting, you can ask for a review, the victim's right to review scheme, which I have of course started but don't expect it to go anywhere. But don't you think it's really funny, guys, that this happens 2 days before I get arrested for a malicious communication for putting a moustache on someone's face? It is absolutely ridiculous. It's all about police privilege. 1 minute, guys, let's see people pass. So guys, Mr. Richard Hembrough, the PCSO, this is the PCSO here, is a thug. He thinks he can talk to the community like a piece of shit. He thinks he can make homophobic comments. So I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to set up an email template. I'll put the link down in the description below, and then hopefully you guys will be able to drop down to that link, and you'll be able to send a message directly to the department that's dealing with the review, so you can put your thoughts onto it, put your thoughts on why does the PCSO get to make very offensive homophobic comments and absolutely nothing happens, but I call someone a fat bastard and I get prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. So I'm going to leave it there with you guys. I ain't got too much more to add. Straight down the line, you've got all the facts. Until next time, guys, stay safe, and as always, respect and peace.